I think there's something you should know about me. I just happen to...
Outstanding. Let's go bowling.
Wow! Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world, welcome to episode 97. Today is Wednesday the 30th of September 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast that doesn't grow older, it levels up. I am your host LewkOne and joining me this week is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I am very well.
Wonderful, and also joining us this week is our other great friend, Red. How are you?
Somewhat ecstatic. Somewhat ecstatic. I'm, as a lot of people may know, I'm boarding a plane. Yes, we've got them in Tasmania. And heading off to you guys tomorrow.
Yes, you're going to make the pilgrimage to Sydney for the EB Expo that's happened. I hate this weird time thingy compared to when we record when it goes live. But yeah, the EB Expo. Ooh, it's going to be good fun.
And first and foremost, happy birthday week.
Yeah.
Happy level up day.
Yay, I leveled up. Thank you very much, Red. I appreciate it. I am an old man. Officially, no prizes for guessing how old I am because you may get in trouble. Anyway, before we start...
47.
Shut up, Dawn. Before we start this week, here's the show in preview. First up, Game Talk. Then we'll go into the news. And in the news, we've got a lot this week because there's heaps of things that have just happened. Black Ops 3 without a campaign, Bioshock Collection, PS4 System Update 3.0, Rainbow Six Siege goes full Destiny.
Sorry.
As an update. Games with Gold, Battlefield Hardline and EA Access, Battlefront beta dates, Hitman release changes, and Fallout 4 DLC Exclusivity. After that, we will do Gaming University. And this week, it is on Battlefield. I guess that's sort of good for the news that we've got. And then after that, we're going to do What's That Sound? And then Red will bring the show home with...
Ah!
With a fake orgasm.
Don't worry, I learned it from me missus.
Oh! Lovely. Very good. Interesting intro there. Let's go into Game Talk, Sean.
What have I been doing?
Working.
Well, yes, I had been, yes. I did 6 days straight this week, so that was kind of a pretty massive week at work. But since then, I've come home and I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5 again and just loving it. That's a brilliant game. I say it every week. There's going to be something tough to... It'll have to be something really awesome to knock this out of my top position for Game of the Year so far. It just blows me away. Every
What are you laughing at, Red?
I just played NBA 2K16, Game of the Year.
Oh,
and just keep on going along with that at the moment. I've now met Quiet and
you mean
I found and Eric. What was his name?
Eric?
Yeah, Emmerich.
Eric Bodenbacker?
What did I say he was yesterday? Markov or something.
I said so last night. Oh, I just met this bloke. I'm like, who the fuck is that? What are you playing?
I'm not good with names.
No, what I'm talking about, you must have found an Easter egg. And then you said, the guy with the robotic legs. I'm like, oh, Emmerich? Yeah, him. I'm like, oh, man, that wasn't even slightly close to the name you gave him. I can't remember what you called him.
Markov or something.
Yeah, way off.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got to the point eventually.
Yes, we did. Then I've actually switched it out for the first time since I've got Metal Gear Solid 5. I've actually changed the disc in my PlayStation and put back in Diablo 3. Mage Windu is now at level 47 in the hardcore, so yeah.
Black?
What's that? He's not black.
Is he black? Because he's Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
I've
ball,
got Obi-Wan as well, and he's my other one.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan and Mage Windu.
Diablo 3 characters there.
Yes, so yeah, going along well. I've killed. Oh well, I'm into Pandemonium now, so in Act 5, so progressing along quite well. I'm going good. So,
Hardcore.
Pardon?
Is that your hardcore? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, my hardcore.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, just need to get my level 70 and beat Mathael, and I am platinumed. So yeah, that'll be my decent platinum.
Very good. Anything else?
Forza 6.
Oh, yeah. Yep. more.
Yes. So yeah, I've been doing more of that. I still can't. I think I've got down to about a 224, and keep going around that. You're saying that you were doing it, and are you actually doing the Bathurst community event?
I don't know. What's that?
Oh, because once you go into Rivals, there's community events, and one of the community events is the actual Bathurst time trial lap for the competition to go to Bathurst. And that's what I've been doing it on, and your time isn't coming up there. It's only got one of my other friends, Greg. He's
No, I've gone into Rivals and just gone into the Spec S races.
No, you've got to go into the community Rivals, and
Oh.
yeah, there's the actual Bathurst one, because it kept on flooring me why I didn't see your lap time. So if you go in there, you're going to have to beat my lap time. So currently on the community event, I'm number 2 because Greg's still beating me. But anyway, yeah.
Just
so yeah, that'll be done on your second lap around Bathurst anyway. So
yeah, all right. I'll give it a go after the podcast. I'll see if I can smash your time.
yeah, you probably will. And yeah, it's it was our red replacement last year at the expo who's beating me at the moment.
Oh, Greg. Yeah, that Greg.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, so yeah, but that's been about it. Just stuffing around a little bit with those games. So yeah,
Good stuff. All right, Red, tell us about your game talk, buddy.
I tell you what I've had a lot of fun with this week is Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, doodle. Fun this year, this life. But this week in particular, I've very much enjoyed some time on Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Yeah.
Just running around with my cousin and just not doing anything too super serious, none of this heist sort of bullshit. Just running around shooting people. And when you go in and invite someone, you've probably seen it before. Snitty used to do it a lot. G'day, Snitty, if you're listening. You'd get an invitation. It just sends it to all your friends, so you don't really get to specify who. So I must have sent one of these out, and then we got this little level 1 join our lobby. I'm like, oh, let's go pick on him. And then I went, hang on a second. I leaned closer and read the screen, and fuck me, it was bearded ass Asian. So it was his very first run around on GTA Online, so I think we spent probably 4 or 5 hours just solid, just fucking around, just having some fun, doing a few races, a couple of playlists.
He'll be at the expo.
Excellent, eh? So, yeah, that was a whole heap of fun. I've played a few games of Rocket League. It's never really the same without anyone that you can talk to and coordinate with. But yeah, that's Rocket League's Rocket League. It's pretty self-explanatory. Talking of coordination, I've had a lot of fun with Rainbow Six Siege Beta this week.
Oh, yeah, that's been good fun. I've enjoyed it.
I've been following it pretty closely because it was the beta was meant to be released on the 25th of this month, and they were doing like a wave release sort of thing, like they'll send out a wave of emails, of beta codes. So their Facebook page and their forums on the website, they copped a hiding, absolute flogging from people that are really disappointed because they've gone out and pre-ordered and everything like that. And it's like, well, I can see it from their point of view because it was like Rainbow Six Siege pre-order now for guaranteed beta access, and then these people weren't getting beta access on the day that it was supposed to be released. But yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone can have it now.
Yeah, I was 2 days late.
Yeah, me too. The same day you and I got it.
Actually, in this country, makes you 3 days late because you got to download it.
Well, that's correct. But they did extend it like another 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So win-win, Look,
So it's still going now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think until
I want to have a
Monday.
go of it tonight then. Yeah.
And well, I played a fair bit of online for probably 2 or 3 hours, and then Luke, you jumped on. It's like, oh, I just want to coordinate with you, just want to co-op with you, you know. And they've got the terrorist hunt mode, which is basically it's like a multiplayer game, but you go in. There's 24 people on normal difficulty in the house or in the building in the compound itself, and you've just got to go in, eliminate them, and survive. And it's like, all right, so we've done that, and then we joined up with a couple of douchebags quickly, and then I realised you could press square, and it's called Lone Wolf mode, so you just take your own party in. So Luke and I, we were running through and pretty much nailing it on normal, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
Just having fun with it, just with the whole rappelling and upside down and blowing the shit out of walls and everything like that. But then we put it up to hard, and it got just that. Oh, we'd get so close. 2 or 3 times we got that close to completing it, and then just to fail.
Yeah, just
But then we had
shots go through the roof. They get real good accuracy.
yeah, and you don't regen. You've got a health like you got a vest, and once that's depleted, one shot you're dead. And then Refremir and Nick jumped on, so the 4 of us, we actually smashed them with the 4 of us. Every now and again there was one of us left, just to fight off 1 or 2 more people. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I'd only messed around with a couple of the classes, but what did you reckon, Luke?
Oh, I loved it. It brings back the memories back from Rainbow Six Vegas 2, doing the terrorist hunt on that. And you could do that in co-op, and that's all I really liked doing, because it was fun to coordinate with your mates to just infiltrate these buildings. I loved the villa. That was the best map on
That was a cool
Rainbow
map.
Six Vegas 2. And just going in there and making a mess. And sometimes it would get out of hand and you'd have to go nuts, and sometimes you could get real tactical about it. And this is just that and more. It's absolutely brilliant. There's only one thing that I'm missing from Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and that's the semi-third person sort of aspect to it.
Yeah.
And to cover in Rainbow Six Vegas 2, the camera would cut out to third person, and you could tell where your body parts were and stuff like that. So, but it doesn't happen in this. I don't think there's any cover base, is there?
No.
No.
The only way is with the specific classes with the shield, and yeah.
That doesn't hurt it at all. I still absolutely love it, but that's just one little tiny little detail that I wish was there. But absolutely really enjoying it. I want to play that again. I'd like to get a full team in again, at least 4 or 5 of us tonight, if we can, and have a good run at the hard ones. There's a realistic mode too, which I don't know how we'd go in that one, but I'd give that a crack.
Yeah, give it a crack with 4 to 5. I pussied it the other night and went to bed a bit early, didn't I? And before we moved on to there, but yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. What was there something else? Oh, I hope there's a game mode that's very similar to what we've been playing, the terrorist hunt, but give us like an objective, like a hostage, like they had in the video for E3. I'd like something like that for co-op, like terrorist hunt. So have terrorists inside with a hostage or even a family.
Yep.
And you'd have to go in there and, just knocking out the window will get them killed. So you'd have to breach through different windows all at the same time to take the terrorists down before they kill the hostages. Stuff like that. I reckon that will probably be in the final, but I really do hope it is.
Highly tactical.
Because that would be really cool. Because at the moment you can just bust in and just shoot everywhere. It doesn't really matter. But if you've got to really scope out the room, make sure you know where all the enemies are before you bust in and take them all out with a couple of headshots so you can rescue some hostages. That would be really cool. I reckon that would be just the icing on the cake for me. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I've got what I wanted out of it. So even when we go back and have a go tonight, it's all just cream now. It's all just enjoyment.
Yeah.
This week I was lucky enough to come into possession of NBA 2K16, and as some of you guys know, I've played them since 11, so this was my 5th year with the 2K franchise with the NBA, and they've just punched it up another notch. The only real difference is Spike Lee produced the My Career mode, or directed it, if you will, because there's 15-20 minute cutscenes after each game in your first year in the NBA.
Now, can you play as Marushka Hargitay at all?
No. You could probably make them.
It's like an episode of Law and Order by the sounds of things. It's like like drama and shit going on.
Oh, there was tears near the end.
Oh, by you or the character on the screen?
Oh, the character, he was crying.
You were too, you sook, weren't you?
I'm like, oh, dude, tugging on the heartstrings. But then, because real quickly, in my career,
Did Michael Vick steal his dog?
Mike
head.
Vick, the big dick, Shield. Remember the TV show Shield? He played the thing. Yeah, never mind. Go, Sean. Anyway, so my career, you go in, create your guy. The coolest thing was, my guy that I created on 2K15 on the PS4 comes straight across, so I didn't have to do my unibrow again, and I already had my beard, and my cheekbones were set properly. It's like, oh, cool. So I jumped straight in, and I done 3 high school games, then you pick a college, you play college, 4 games of college basketball, and then you play 8 of your games of your first year in the NBA. So after each of those games, they all had something significant, whether it be you playing against someone that's on the cover or whatever. But after that, they had all these cutscenes. And so I finished all that up. That took probably about 12 hours to complete what they were trying to give me. And the cool part is, if you're into that sort of stuff, you can go to the television that's in your gym, and you can sit down and just watch the movie as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a pretty cool inclusion. But one thing, just going away from my career, just to finish up on 2K16, the one cool thing that I was really impressed with, the last year and the year before were really boycotted with shitty connection with Australia. You know, there was always lag. You couldn't time your shots. You couldn't do your ball handling moves because you'd have to do them, wait for the character to do them, and then you can't react quick enough because you're too far behind.
Yeah.
So this works. I think I've got probably half a second of lag. Half a second of lag I can work with, not your 1.5, 2 seconds of lag, because you can't react. So I was quite well chuffed playing a couple of multiplayer games on that. I just thought I'd, not that I'm too into it, but I thought I'd try it out at least for the sake of everyone listening. And, well, I'm glad I did. I'll probably play a little bit more now. So, yeah. That's my week.
12 hours in an NBA 2K15. You know what you could have done instead?
Finish the order.
Oh, fuck the order.
What?
Last of Us.
It's The Last of Us. So another week goes by, you tell us all your game talk shit, nothing, no mention of finishing The Last of Us.
No.
No respect for me. That's I'm deep hurt.
Guess what you're doing tomorrow night, Red? You're not fucking going to the expo until you finish your last.
There, that's right. You're going
And
to
eat all your vegetables.
be locked in the lounge room until you finish The Last of Us.
Fair call. Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it anyway. I love basketball games because I can't actually be bothered getting out of my chair and actually going outside and doing it. So, yeah, big week.
All right, cool. Let me bring home my week. So Rainbow Six, we've talked about Rainbow Six Siege. Mad Max. Now, I've had my turn with Mad Max. I put a real minimal amount of time into Mad Max, and it's probably not because of a lack of actual free time. I didn't want to play it. I don't like it.
What aspects don't you like?
They're dead quiet. It's boring. There's a lot of driving to be done. There's no structure to the campaigns. Like I want you to, like the first mission, the one that I'm up to at the moment, it wants me to reduce the
threat levels.
The threat levels, yeah.
It just feels like a side mission. It doesn't feel like that should be a campaign thing. I don't know. And it's massive, and I'm just driving everywhere, and I'm not enjoying it. I don't enjoy it. The controls are stupid. That's the worst part about it. And I'm just not gelling well with the environment and the overall sort of feel that the game gives me. Like, I know, like, in my mind, I know it's a good game, but not for me. I can't get into it.
Oh, that's a fair call. I think it's decent, but the more I played, the more I knew that was going to be a grind.
Yeah, that's always the thing straight off when I looked at it was that I was just saying this is a grind fest straight off the bat. I cannot play it Luke mode, which was the way that I wanted to play it, and yeah, just the whole thing. You go into a new area, main campaign missions are locked until you lower that threat level, and to lower that threat level you've got to do about 6 side missions because you've got to upgrade certain things on your car and all that kind of stuff to be able to do that, and that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I just can't. I think I might be done with Mad Max. I can't play it. I don't like it enough. I was never really looking forward to it much anyway because I always got that kind of feel. It looked like a good game, and I thought it would be good. And I think I'm sort of at the point where I can admit, yeah, okay, it is a good game, but it's just not for me. It's not something that I would invest too much time in for those reasons. That it's just too much of a fuck around, really.
It's an effort, not a pleasure.
Yeah, I want to get in there and get into the nitty gritty and find out what's going on. I don't want to fuck around for a few hours before I progress through the first mission. So, yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit. I wasn't terribly interested in it. Super Mario Maker has taken up a bit of my time as well. I've been enjoying making levels and playing my own levels and also downloading shitloads of levels that you can play that other people have made. I've also jumped onto Reddit and subscribed to the Reddit subreddit called Mario Maker. And what it does, when you've made your own level, it'll give you it's a massive code, but it's like a download code for your level. And if you post that somewhere and somebody else takes that and punches that into the game, they'll get your level that you've made. So if you go into that subreddit and have a look, there's heaps of people that have recreated the original game. There's heaps of people that have made all these cool levels and stuff. So they're sharing all their stuff via there. It's just a little bit easier to get to the real cream stuff. So you check out all the uploaded stuff. You can obviously find them all just using the game as well, but that's a nice little community for you to go to and sort of post your own levels on there and see how people receive it on Reddit. Chances are everyone's just going to be an arsehole to you because that's all I ever get. But anyway, it's worth having a look at.
How cool is that logic, We'll give you something, you can make it, post a code, and then everyone can play it. That game is literally infinite.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's just heaps of stuff on there. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because a lot of the top-rated ones are the don't touch anything style levels. Have you heard?
Oh, like on Trials Fusion where all you do is start and you don't touch the control and you'll end up doing 20,000 flips and then finishing sort of thing.
Yeah, there's so many of them that it's like at first I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool, but it gets old real quick. And
well, yeah, you want to play it.
Yeah, well, that's right. And there's shitloads of them. They're everywhere. It's, yeah, I don't know.
How big are the levels to download, say, just a typical sort of size?
Oh, they must be tiny, dude, because they download in a matter of 5-10 seconds. They're tiny.
Yeah, considering the size of the game, yeah.
They'd have to be kilobytes, because think about it, like, you're not downloading the actual assets. You're downloading the configuration of those
so you're downloading the program, not the...
Yeah, not the parts that it's used, because you already have all that stuff from the disk. So it's you download placements and where everything is. So it's really probably just a matter of 1 or 2 megs, if that. Just a guess.
So it kind of looks like a map, basically.
Yeah,
because I remember Little Big Planet used to take I was on the PS3. I'm talking used to take just to download levels, and that's if it didn't fail at 87%. And Trials Fusion was a bit better, but by the sounds of this, that's Nintendo have just taken something that people have tried to do and just perfected the shit out of it.
It's smaller as well because it's only a 2D side-scrolling thing. It's nothing big in 3D and all that. So the files are really small. There's no issues there.
I would really love to see them do this on the iPad.
What?
Because they'll like bring out Mario Maker on like the iPad or something and be able to build the levels there and then upload them.
I thought it was Apple
because
the iPad.
Yeah, but essentially, like, if they're looking at creating apps and all that kind of stuff, which is the way of the future, then, like, well, you're saying Konami's going to move towards their mobile gaming. Why couldn't Nintendo put something like that on the iPad and allow for it?
Yeah, they would do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know that would, but
Nintendo-
it'd be something cool to be able to do. Like, well, why doesn't somebody bring out some kind of game that you can do that?
Well, now that you mentioned it, it's not in our news, but Gran Turismo 7 is going to have a track creator app.
Ooh, cool.
There you go. So there you go. Somebody is doing it.
Ah.
Good. All right. Last but definitely not least, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. I've had my hands on this bad boy. I've already smashed through the first game. So, what is it? Drake's
Fortune.
Thank you. Lost that one for a second there. I've started Uncharted 2 Among Thieves last night.
Yeah.
With that one as well. Oh, it is really good. They've really made it shine with the textures. The textures are probably one of the main things that you'll notice, that, you know, skin textures, clothes textures and all that sort of stuff are not just upscaled, there's more detail to them. So that
Now, have they done his full body?
full body,
Yeah.
I can't see his doodle, he's wearing pants.
No, well, have they like remastered his whole body, because they only managed to remaster half of Kratos' body.
Tell me about it.
Half of his body, what do you mean?
Yeah, well, the top half looked awesome, and the bottom of his legs just looked shit.
Just
Just like
unrendered.
they did him from the waist up, and they've gone, yeah, that'll do.
Well, I didn't notice that. But no, look, they've remastered the whole game, and it's pretty impressive and very noticeable. You can see that when you get up to the top of mountains, the vistas are so beautiful. They pop. The colouring is really nice. Everything's all nice and vibrant. And
Yeah.
the obvious things, 1080p and 60 frames a second, will make a massive difference to the gameplay. And that was one of the things that was very noticeable, because back in the PS3 days, especially with the very first Uncharted game, it's very dated, and the controls were a bit rough. This is all updated. It is all very smooth. The probably the worst aspect of Drake's Fortune was the gunplay. It was pretty piss poor in my opinion. Now it's very unified. What they've done is they've taken aspects from the later two games and unified them across all three games, so they all play very similarly, rather than, you know, the first one feeling really old.
Clunky, yeah.
Yeah, they've
You're not taking a major step between titles.
yeah, you will see a difference between the first one and the second one, mainly in the movement speed. Drake moves a little bit quicker and a little bit more responsively in the second one versus the first one, but it's not a massive jump. But yeah, the first one is very playable still because of these nice upgrades, which is really appreciated. I've got a list here of a couple of things that I'll run through that has been changed. So all three games are now 1080 and 60 frames. There's no more screen tearing in the first Uncharted, which was a big thing with a lot of PS3 games. There's increased texture resolution and geometry detail, improved environment lighting, as I mentioned. Character models and shaders are all improved. Particle effects improved. Increased draw distance. Once again, that's very obvious when you check out the vistas looking out over the horizon. That's pretty cool. There's improvements to shadows. And I don't really understand this one. Screen space ambient occlusion has been added to Drake's Fortune and improved in 2 and 3. So whatever screen space ambient occlusion is, I think that's like a slight shadow behind the characters to make them pop a bit. I don't know. There's what else have we got? The as I said to you before, with the controls, the first one has the baseball style grenade throw from Uncharted 2 and 3. He
Cool.
integrated the weapon feel and aiming logic from the latter two games, and they've also added a new difficulty, which is brutal. As if crushing wasn't fucked enough. Now, I played through Drake's Fortune and finished it last night on hard difficulty, and I'm now playing Uncharted 2 for the second time on hard difficulty as well. I played that on hard on the PS3. Man, that's really hard.
And there's a Sean difficulty now, isn't there?
There is a Sean difficulty, and it's called Explorer's Mode. And it's an all-new easy mode for beginner gamers where combat difficulty is significantly reduced. However, there is a catch. No,
You don't get any trophies.
no trophies.
Yeah.
Sucked in.
Yeah, no trophies. But I'm thinking, does that mean no trophies at all? Because if you do like a run through to get your collectibles, if you collect everything, you're not going to get the trophy for that?
I don't know.
Sounds like you're not. I don't know. I haven't tried that as yet. But look, yeah, crushing difficulty is also made available from the get-go rather than having to finish the game.
Finish it, yeah.
So you can start off on crushing if you're mental.
Is there a trophy in there that you need to finish it on brutal or not?
I can't answer that question because it hasn't been released yet. So the servers haven't been updated on the PS4 for the trophies. So I can't actually see the trophies yet.
Are trophies popping though?
They are popping. Yep, they do pop up on the screen saying that I've got them. But if you press the PlayStation button to go and see what it is, it just comes up with an error because this is before release date.
Yeah.
The actual release date is the 7th of October. So the trophies haven't gone live yet. So I don't know. I'm really keen to see them, but I haven't been able to have a look at them yet. There's also, they've added a speed run mode, okay, which is basically a timer. So you can see who gets the best times to finish the chapters. So you can, and it'll have like a leaderboard for you and your mates as well. They've added photo mode, which is pretty much a staple for most of these games these days, and is a real handy thing for people like us because we can take really cool screenshots to accompany reviews, etc., etc. So that works really well. Strangely enough, when you go into photo mode, the game drops down to 30 frames. Not that it really makes much difference because you're not playing anything, but I just thought that was worth noting. There is new trophies that have been added across all three games. What they are just yet, don't know.
Brutal difficulty.
There'll be a trophy for it. Whether it's part of the Platinums, I don't know. Render mode unlocks, and there's also 80 bonus skin unlocks, so you can play as Elena, Sully, and all like a bunch of the enemies and stuff like that. You can also play as Nathan Cake.
I've seen that.
Yes.
Yep. There's donut mode, so basically you can play as a big fat version of Nathan Drake, which is pretty funny. And you will also get exclusive access to Uncharted 4, A Thief's End multiplayer beta, which is slated for between December 4 and 13, and that'll be with the purchase of the game. So that's a big draw card.
Is there multiplayer for Uncharted 3 on it?
I haven't checked. I haven't got up to that. I haven't gone through too much on Uncharted 3.
The news always said there wasn't going to be.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if they were going to bother doing it or
the
not.
news saying they weren't going to have the multiplayer in there, but I haven't actually checked if that is the case. I've got some news on a patch that's going to drop day one, which isn't available as yet, so I don't know. Haven't seen much of what it'll do, but it'll be for the typical stuff, minor fixes, audio and visual improvements, performance optimizations, including tweaks to aiming controls, and minor gameplay bug fixes. I've not run into any issues, though, so it's probably only rare occasion sort of things, but that's most of it. It's totally worth it. If you liked what the Uncharted games were on the PS3, I'm pretty sure you're going to love them on the PS4. It plays really well, and I'm most enjoying playing them again. So that's probably what I'll be doing until I finish all of those.
Well, let's face it, there's so many remasters out there now, and a lot of people whinged and bitched about it. I think just people have stopped whinging about it now because it's inevitable. But with Last of Us and whatnot, these remasters deserve to be in the category of deserving to be on this current generation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's you've said that before, whereas a remaster of a game is good, but it should be for games that deserve it, not just any old game, just for the sake of more coin.
Mm.
But yeah, no, the Uncharted series definitely deserved it.
Looking forward to trying it.
Yeah, man, you can have a go when you're in my house. After you finish The Last of Us. You're an abomination. I think that pretty much sums up my week. I think we're done. I think it's about time for us to kick off the news.
All right.
All right, first up in the news, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 campaign goes missing on the last generation of consoles. Now, I know you guys probably aren't too fussed about that.
Nah, not at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you guys with me with the whole you don't even care if the last generation gets culled?
Well, remember, we had news probably 3 or 4 months ago on the show where it wasn't going to be on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't going to be on there at all, which...
And my opinion hasn't differed from that day is, well, why should it be? You know, we're in this generation now. It's an affordable generation to be in. Yeah. Why downgrade? And obviously they couldn't downgrade it, so they've just cut it. Great call.
Yeah, I think so. Now, it's going to be...
it shouldn't... this generation shouldn't suffer because they're still trying to make it playable on the last.
Yeah, so there's no campaign on PS3 and Xbox 360 on those versions of Black Ops 3, and I've got these these quotes here to read out. So, delivering the best possible gameplay experience on all platforms is always our highest priority. The studios behind the development of Black Ops 3 are focused on delivering the highest quality gameplay on all platforms, and that was from Activision. And also, with that in mind, Black Ops 3, PS3 and Xbox 360 players can continue to look forward to a new experience of Black Ops 3 multiplayer, including the new momentum-based chain movement system, as well as all new specialist class of 9 Black Ops soldiers, which fundamentally change the way players engage in combat. Also said, fans should also note that other features built to leverage the next generation hardware, like the new weapon paint shop and the new suite of esports tools, will only be available on Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for PS4 and Xbox and PC. Xbox One, I should say. So there's a couple other things that are going to be missing from the last generation versions as well. Those ones probably won't break too many hearts, and I guess it's the multiplayer that most people are going to be pining anyway.
That's the argument, yes. But, and I would have, even with Advanced Warfare, I would have argued that point. But you know what? This is the first Black Ops since probably Modern Warfare 2, the first Call of Duty, I should say. I'm actually anticipating the campaign. I can't wait to play the campaign. You know, I'm really looking forward to jacking in with yourself, Luke, and hopefully Sean, you can make it as well for our co-op playthrough. I'm really jazzed about it.
Yeah,
It'll be 4-player co-op, will it? Or
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the campaign's going to be 1 to 4 players, which is that's a big draw card for me. I'm always all for co-op gameplay, so I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, likewise.
Nice stuff. All right, who's going to tell us about the BioShock collection?
Red will. So last week, a South African retailer known as Raru put up on their website, real quickly mind you, it was taken down, an advert for the BioShock collection on Xbox One and the PS4. So there was a listing there. I think it was about 36 minutes, I think, from memory. And it was listed to have BioShock 1, 2, Infinite, and possibly all DLC. So it's rather sketchy at the moment, more of a rumour, if you will. But would you guys play it?
No.
Oh, I'd probably go back. I enjoyed the Rapture ones.
Yeah, I played BioShock 1 and Infinite.
Yep.
That's enough for me. I didn't overly like them, didn't hate them, but not enough to go there again.
Well, here's another remaster coming out I haven't played. So it's probably appealing to me for the right price.
Yeah.
Pretty fun. Yeah.
Bad series, really.
So 2K, being the publisher, of course, has not released a statement in response to anything. It was listed to be released in November. So,
do you ever feel that there's like just some guys out there that work for these big major like retailers and that are like big fans of gaming. They just kind of make these up in Photoshop and just like list them for half an hour here or there, just to fuck with people's heads.
All right, but the ones that get leaked are usually true.
Yeah.
Because they put it up on the wrong day or something like that.
Yeah. I reckon it's usually like Bruce, the head of marketing, that loves to play golf on the weekend, spend time with his kids and masturbate. He has absolutely no idea about video games and has no idea what's going on in the world and just puts stuff up, and then somebody will ring him up like a rep and go, "Hey, dickhead."
Haven't released that yet.
Take that to the website, and he goes, "Oh, really? Oh, I didn't realise I was watching Days of Our Lives."
Fucking Bruce.
Bruce, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, he does his weightlifting and sort of shit like that.
Yeah,
Takes,
so-
what's that shit called? That
Protein shakes.
no, I was going to try and name and sound half intelligent, but fuck, got no idea. Jack 3D, whatever it's called. I think that shit's illegal now.
Like 3000.
The
Beefcake.
garbage. If there's any beefcakes out there that know what I'm talking about, send us. Tell me I'm an idiot. Right. Yeah, I probably won't bother. Not because I don't like them, but just not a
Too
massive.
much other stuff around that time of year anyway.
Yeah, they don't really blow me away. They're good. They're really good stories. They're good and a decent shooter. Red, you'd probably like them. I reckon Weeksy would like it too.
Yeah, I'll let him buy it.
Yeah, get old Weeks onto that one. He'll play
Yeah,
it.
I've got his Dishonored sitting here next to me, actually.
Just bring it with you. I'll play it then. All right. There's so much news. I can't remember who's got
Sean.
what. So, Sean, give us the
Yeah, but the
stuff.
PS4 system update is live now. This is the one we talked about a couple of weeks ago with the new online communities, new feed stuff, the 10 gigabytes of online storage, which is pretty cool. That's for the PlayStation Plus members, and a whole heap of other things. So yeah, as of right now, it hasn't gone live onto the PlayStation 4, but it'll definitely be up by Sunday.
Cool. I look forward.
And just a reminder, Luke, you've blogged all the details and everything, which can be found at www.aussiegamersexpress.com.
Oh, it can.
There we go. All right. Well, that's a quick one. We'll go back to, I guess, me. Rainbow Six Siege goes full Destiny. What do I mean by that? Well, it's got no story. There's no... so there's no story mode, and you'll go through like a training where you'll get to experience different operators and their devices, bits and pieces, ends and bobs and stuff like that. You can play against enemy AI and co-op through all of the maps, and you can customize the matches. So that's what they're offering on the single player side of things. This training experience will, however, enable you unlock additional content that you can use in the core multiplayer section of the game. So no campaign. Red, how do you feel about that?
I'm pretty pissy, actually,
Yeah, I'm not happy either.
because I think we've played one mode, well, two modes, but they're basically almost exactly the same when on the multiplayer section of the beta so far. And look, obviously we haven't seen it all. We've only got 3 maps, so there's going to be 11 maps of the day-night cycle, so they're trying to pass it off as 22 maps, but 11 maps. I think unless you've got a really well-oiled machine and you're doing it on a constant basis, you're going to get left behind when it comes to being really good at this game online.
Yeah.
So I think that's only got a really short lifespan for someone like me and for us that we do play a lot of different other games and everything like that. So a co-op orientated single player or campaign mode would be perfect, because we'd go through and play it 2 or 3 times on different difficulties and take different people in, and experience the same story 3 or 4 times.
I find it just a cheap, quick 6 to 10 hour campaign. Doesn't need to be any like 20-hour mammoth, beautiful side mission garbage. Just a quick campaign that you can play with a couple of your mates.
Yep.
Call of Duty campaign.
Yeah,
Or Battlefield Hardline. That fucking story was shit, but we still played it.
I did.
Well, I did.
What you gonna do?
You know,
So
yeah,
what else?
I'm with you. I really think they're cutting off their nose to spite their face here, because how can you turn around and charge a full price?
Well, it better not be. It's just multiplayer.
Oh, it will be.
Campaign against not having campaigns. What do you reckon?
Definitely campaign.
Story, not something.
Boring multiplayer only.
They just seem like they're going to be like just quick downloadable games. It's just what it seems like it's turning into with these things. Because really, when it comes along to these, you said it, Red, that it's going to have a very short lifespan. They all have very short lifespans now because people keep on going back to what they know and what they love, and that's your Call of Duties and your Battlefield multiplayers. And with these games here, unless you have got mates to play with and these are all available at the same time, it's not going to be anything special.
All right, well that's a bummer for that. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Who's got news on that?
Red does. So it's and talking about download only games, you know, this is very nifty. Like if you did buy it on the store, it's a 4.6 gigabyte download, and you know, I've just, for comparison, I just installed 2K16, the NBA game, and that took up 56 gigabytes. But it's 4.6 gig, which is like, we've seen a little bit of video here and there. It looks somewhat cel shaded and probably deserves to be on the Atari 2600. But it's all going to change. They've got a day one update. 7.7 gig. twice the size of the initial install file, almost.
This is the size of the game. What's the go there?
Well, you only got the fucking skateboard when you get the 4.6 gig. You got to download everything to fucking do. They give you a skateboard.
Skateboard? Is this going to be on disc as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on eBay yesterday. Oh, and today.
It's not on a Blu-ray though. They've actually managed to fit it onto like one of those the 2.4 floppies.
It comes on the USB stick that you use your headset to.
Yes.
What do you guys think about fucking big day one updates? I think the last biggest
Every
one-
indie game does it. Because I actually had my father-in-law here one day, and he's sitting there going, "Oh," he goes, "What's that there?" And I said, "Oh, just downloading this indie game." He goes, "How come the update file is bigger than the actual file for the game?" Like, they're all like that.
The actual download of the game is the game, and then the update is like a conversion pack, so it works on the console or something. Like, or do you think it might be just them delivering the game in halves, or I don't know.
Or it could be 50% of their DLC.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. I don't understand how it works, but that's bizarre. It's always bizarre when the update's bigger than the game. You think, why did they remake it and add a little bit more and just didn't remove the original off the server and you got to download that anyway? I don't know. It's just, it's super.
Yeah, one of the QAs.
They pushed start on the disk copying machine and then realised they'd put the wrong file on it. Like,
Yeah.
Fuck. I just thought, stuff it.
Well, I get maybe the main download is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 and the update makes it 5.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look much more than 4. Like, and that's only looks. It's cosmetic. It's judging without playing. You know, it doesn't have to sparkle for it to be a fun game. But with so much fandemonium and hype behind it, it kind of looks a bit popsy.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many good things about it. It doesn't actually look like it's going too good in sort of preview stages. It could hurt.
Yeah, we're talking of preview stages. One of the QAs on the game there is quoted to say, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 is a glitchy mess.
Oh, well. Whoopsies. Good work.
Or is it a buggy mess? Anyway.
That's interesting. All right, let's move on. Who's got games with gold news? Sean, I think that's you.
Yes, I do. The Xbox One's games with gold for October have been released, and they will be on the Xbox One.
Wait.
Yes.
Sorry, you're correct. I got my dates wrong. They will be. Continue.
what?
You were not interrupted rudely by myself.
They will be on the Xbox One from October 1st to 31st. You'll get the Valiant Hearts, The Great War. And from October 16 to November 15, you'll get The Walking Dead Series 1, the Telltale games. Now on the Xbox 360, you'll get from October 1st to 15, the Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. And October 16 to 31, you will get The Walking Dead Series 1, the Telltale game. Thoughts?
Nah, don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Telltale games, that's a good inclusion.
Yeah, it's real good for people that haven't played it yet. That'll be a good game to play, but I've played them many times.
It also feels like a little bit of a rip that's their second game on both consoles. They could have just done basically what the PSN do. Not that I'm boasting about the PSN, I'm pretty pissy with it lately, but like a cross-platform and then chuck an extra game in on top.
Yeah, well, the PlayStation or Sony was a bit slack when it came to that. What's it
The
called?
vote.
No, we'll mention that actually. That Sherlock Holmes game that was only on the PS3,
PS3, yeah, you're right.
cross gamey sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not terribly fussed on those games. Not for me anyway. I play games when they're new and all that sort of stuff, so I generally miss out on those cool things that come out for free. But now that we've mentioned it, just a quick mention. I think Sony have absolutely forgotten that last month they integrated their vote for the PS Plus games, because it's not there. You can't vote this month.
They probably voted not to vote.
I don't know. Either last month they really didn't want to give away Grow Home, but everyone voted for it, and they went, shit! That's not getting it anymore. You can't vote because the people are stupid. They want the dumb games. I don't know. But it's not there at the moment. It's completely forgotten. It's absolutely too late to vote now, I would imagine. And I haven't even heard any murmurs. I haven't heard people complaining about it. I haven't heard any comments from Sony saying we're not doing it anymore or we stuff.
Well, there is a big release coming out at the start of October, which I think that they're already planning that could quite possibly be just their game or their indie game that they'd be giving out, and that's Super Meat Boy. So that'll be arriving on the PlayStation. Well, I think it's about the 6th of October, and I reckon that'll be the free game.
Yeah, possibly. No. All right, who's got Battlefield Hardline?
I will real quickly.
Go ahead.
Okay, joining Dragon Age Inquisition and the other pretty good titles actually that you can get from EA Access on the Xbox One for $40 a year, roughly. Battlefield Hardline will be joining it next month.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
October. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of news there. We all know about Battlefield Hardline, but as far as the EA Access goes, that's just another chart topper, really, if you will. That's pretty good shit.
Oh, I want this on the PlayStation so bad.
What's that?
EA Access on the
Access.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Access, yeah.
Or Ubisoft Access will get one game every 3 years.
The face is the DLC.
Oh, that's really cool. It's shaping up to be a pretty good lineup for that EA Access.
Absolutely.
It'll sell consoles, man, because you pay $40 and you've got shitloads of top-notch games.
Well, that's exactly right, you know, and it rivals the stuff like with PS Plus where we go in and we purchase or we just add to the library the PS Vita titles, you know. Basically, with the way the PS Vita is going now, if I got a Vita tomorrow, I'd probably have 80 games, but the collection would only be worth 20 fucking cents. You know, there's nothing really of much class on there anymore.
Yeah. All right, cool. And who's got Battlefront beta dates?
I do.
Go ahead.
The Star Wars Battlefront beta is set to begin on the 8th of October on PS4. So it's just next week.
Yeah, next week. That's cool. And that's open to anybody.
It is open to anybody. I'll just run through quick things that they're going to have in it. So it's going to have the Walker Assault on Hoth, which is a 40-player battle. So you get to actually use the AT&Ts, the Y-Wing bombers, and all that kind of stuff.
Is that for internet on the game? Awesome.
Yeah. AT-ATs, not AT&T. AT-AT.
AT-AT. Gotcha. I thought you said TNT.
Yeah, I probably did. But yeah. Drop zone on Sullust. So escape pods are crashing down and you and your team must fight to control them. It's a frantic 8v8 match. So yeah, and then there's a survival mission on Tatooine. So yeah, it says play alone or with friend via co-op or split screen as you battle to hold off waves of Imperial forces including ATSTs, TIE fighters, elite stormtroopers and more. So yeah, it is open to everybody. It's going from the 8th to the 12th.
Is that the Chicken Walker, the ATST? Laughing at it. It's a serious question.
The chicken
Yes.
walker.
It is the Chicken Walker.
Yeah, that's like a thing that looks like a chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, and it's got a size, so it's going to be roughly about 7 gig.
All right. Yeah, that's
That's
Level
not
cap.
bad.
Yeah, it's got a level cap, so it'll have a level cap of 5.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that as with all of them, it drops off. So, yeah,
yeah, nice.
once you've finished it. But this is one game that I've just been super pumped for. I cannot wait for this.
Nice. And we've got Hitman release changes.
Okay, you might remember about a month or so ago I brought you the news that Hitman was going to be released pseudo-episodically.
Yep.
And by that they meant basically you purchase the game, you get one location with a few targets and the ability to create your own missions and everything, and then each month after that they're going to release different locations. Well, they've copped a lot of backlash, so now, after the announcement of the delay, I wouldn't almost fair to say that the delay would partially or mainly do with it spit it out, Red, to do with this. So now you're going to get 3 locations upon your initial purchase, which is Paris, Sapaneza, and Marrakesh. I don't know, not big on geometry there. Geometry.
Go on. Get it?
And now, so it'll be released on the 11th of March.
Oh, no, you're not skipping over that. Get the word right.
Marrakesh. Oh, geometry, geology, geography.
Yeah, you got it. 3rd time lucky. Good job. Keep going.
On here, we've got US prices. It's going to be released March 11, $35, with the option of buying a season pass for an additional $30, or you can pay up front $60 for the entire package.
Wait, so is this going to be digital only?
Not that I've heard to, but I'm not going to rule that out.
It may
Probably.
like Resident Evil Revelations 2
Revelations, yeah, and Telltale.
physical release, because you're not going to go and buy the first part and then...
Download the fucking 75% of the rest.
Because what happens if you can't download? You're buying the physical copy because you can't download stuff. You can't have the rest of the game.
Yeah, this has just been a big balls up, I think.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Just make the game and then release disc and digital finished. It's almost like DLC is now like GLC, like game deal. You know, getting that, don't you?
Content, yeah.
Instead of just downloading extra stuff, they're just making you downloading the game now. It's quite silly. Anyway, before I make stupid comments even further.
I do.
Yeah, we're going great fire at the moment, aren't we, Red? Let's quickly, Red, bring us home. I think you've got something about Fallout 4.
Okay, so here's some details on the exclusivity of the DLC, all DLC for Fallout 4. They finally got it right. There is none.
It's exclusive to video game content.
It's exclusive to the gamer. That's exactly fucking right. And I couldn't have thought. I don't think there could have been a better move. In all honesty, let's scrap this exclusivity shenanigans, except for like your first party games. But yeah, so in a nutshell, no exclusivity for DLC for Fallout 4. Bring it on.
It's on the PS4, it's on the Xbox One, and it's on the PC.
Yep,
That's good. I like that.
it's wicked.
Next thing would be really good is if they made it so we could all play together. That would be good, even though that's a single player game, so it doesn't really make much difference there. All right, well that's the end of the news segment. So let's go into what's that sound?
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
All right, for what's that sound? Last week was. Do you guys remember? I think you guys got it, didn't you? It was a bit of Rain Man, wasn't it, Sean?
Yeah, Dead Space.
Dead Space Necromorph making all those creepy, fucked up sounds.
Yeah.
Looking like a car crash victim and all. All right, so look at quickly. Listen to last week's sound. And now, are you guys ready for this week's sound?
Yes.
Like that?
That sounds like Street Fighter to me.
It does me too.
Oh. Do you reckon it would have been that easy?
No.
No.
No. No, it's not Street Fighter.
Uh,
What do you like that? What's fun?
Soul
what
Calibur.
is it?
Does sound funny, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like those cheesy Japanese fighting games.
Hold your answer to the end of the next playthrough. I heard you read.
I think Red's right.
What did you say, Red?
Soul Calibur.
Oh, what makes you say Soul Calibur?
Because there was weapons. I heard the
Sword.
swords. Yeah, because you don't have weapons in the Street Fighter and the Dead or Alive.
Right. Now, what's Soul Calibur?
Stand-up fighting game. Oh, what? Which one? Soul Calibur 3.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. You answered it correctly the first time. Is that the one that has Yoda in it and shit?
I think
Yes.
Soul Calibur
yes.
4 did, yeah.
Yeah. The Xbox had Darth Vader and the
This big
PlayStation had Yoda. Or the other way around.
What do you laugh?
We're going to have this big conversation about Soul Calibur and you're going to go, yeah, well, you're wrong about that.
This is not Soul Calibur.
Oh, fuck!
You thought you had it.
I thought I was onto something because I heard the swords
I
at the
was sitting
start.
there, I'm just laughing, going, he's reeling him in. He's reeling him in.
Oh,
Nah.
Red, the only sword you know without actually having to see it is a pork sword. Sorry, mate, that is incorrect. It is not Soul Calibur. If anybody listening at home or in your car or on your daily walk or your toilet break, whatever it is, if you think you know what this week's What's That Sound is, send us a message to the Facebook page, just a private message there. If you are correct, I will be happy to send you a free game, which, believe it or not, is free of charge. It is no tricks there. That's it. You guys want to know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's You're Wrong. No, I'll tell you later. Probably forget anyway. Let's move on to Gaming University. Okay, this week Gaming News. Okay, this week. Do you reckon anyone will hear that bit?
No,
No.
never happened.
Yeah, whatever. I'll probably forget to take it out. This week in Gaming University, it's time to get schooled Battlefield style. So I've got a bunch of stuff about the Battlefield series. Red, you're a bit of a fan of Battlefield, haven't you? You got a platinum on one of them, didn't you?
Yes, number 4.
Oh, did you platinum Hardline? Not yet?
No, I got one trophy to go and I can't bring myself to play that fucking story with unskippable cutscenes.
Yeah, fair call. No dramas. Gotcha. Roger Dodger. Getting into number 1 of Battlefield. So, believe it or not, Battlefield was going to be a Nintendo exclusive.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, you've learned something. In 2011, it was revealed that DICE initially proposed Battlefield to be an exclusive to the GameCube console. This didn't happen because of the lack of online capabilities of pretty much anything Nintendo. So probably lucky there that didn't happen, because their consoles would not... The games would be so dulled down on those consoles.
It wouldn't have gone any further than 1 or 2.
Although we probably would have had, Super Mario DLC and stuff like that for it.
Yoshi skins.
Maybe we would have had tanks in Mario Kart.
Oh, wicked.
I don't know. Maybe that could have been... Actually, do that anyway. Tanks aren't copyrighted. Do that. That'd be sick, Nintendo. All right, moving on. Number 2, Battlefield 4 is banned in China. Red, do you know why this is?
No, not really. Probably because the Chinese are one of the factions in multiplayer.
Yeah, well, it's something like that. The China Rising DLC depicts a Chinese admiral as attempting to overthrow the government and go to war against the US. China actually found this somehow to be a threat to their national security and banned the game from sale.
Yeah.
I don't think it was banned originally. I think only once China Rising came out, the DLC, then they've gone, nah, cut it out. Nah, that's bad. We're not doing it. So you can't actually get Battlefield 4 in China land.
That's pretty typical of the democratic bloody, what are they, communist state, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't like it, cut it.
Don't care. Don't live there. That's fine. Oh, okie move on. Bad Company and a TV show. In 2012, Fox actually announced their intentions to make a TV show based on the story behind Battlefield Bad Company. It never happened, and I'm quite sad about that. Have you played Bad Company?
Yes.
Only the initial level or 2.
Oh, really? Play Bad Company 2, man. That's a really good game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, actually.
Those characters in that game are the best of any shooter game like that I've played. They're really cool, because the idea behind it, from memory, is the Bad Company stands for a whole bunch of criminals that get the option to either go to jail or serve for their country.
Suicide Squad.
So you're essentially, they just throw you out in the battlefield to get tasks done, and they essentially don't care if you die or not because you're a criminal, and you don't have to go to jail. So it's a bit of a perk for the crooks as well. But it just means that you've got undisciplined, just hilarious, crazy shit that goes on in the field, and the story revolves around that, which is pretty cool. So I recommend playing that. Battlefield Bad Company. I'd never played the first one. I only played the second one, to be honest, there. So I know the second one's cool. All right, moving on. Battlefield and FIFA. Believe it or not, they've got something in common, and I'm not just talking about the publisher being EA. Anyone want to guess?
No idea.
Battlefield 3 was the first non-EA sports game to utilize the Ant engine. Now, what that is an animation program that powers FIFA, which creates the realistic third-person animations and smooth transitions for AI and multiplayer characters. So Battlefield used that, the Ant engine thingo, to make all the character movements a little bit smoother and look a lot nicer. So there you go. They've used something from a soccer game in a first-person shooter game. That's pretty neat, and I think it did an all right job. Battlefield 3 was a good game.
It was a good game.
Okay, next one. This is the last one I've got, but I've got a list here of Easter eggs. Now, I didn't really notice this until I did the research for this part of the show, but Battlefield has a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Yeah, there's a whole heap of them. So I've got a small select list here of the ones that I thought were interesting. But in Battlefield 4, there's a map called Flood Zone. You know this one.
Keep going.
Oh, you think you know this one. You can actually find an actual basket of Easter eggs in a hut there. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's got a little sign poking out of it that says Easter egg. So that's a little neat one. Nothing too major there though, but they get better. In Hardline, on the map High Tension, you can find a few boxes of donuts. Now, if you tag the donuts, your player will yell out, "Hell yeah! Delicious donuts spotted!"
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, try it, man. There's a couple of them, and they're really funny with the accent and that sort of stuff. Like he says it with such gusto as well. You press it again, and he goes, "That donut looks good." And another one is, "Fucking delicious donut spotted." "Fuck, that donut looks good."
Have a grenade, motherfuckers!
It's like he's saying stuff like that, but it's all about the donuts. Quite funny. So have a look at the donuts and try to mark them, and like you would mark an enemy character.
Yeah.
Say those things. It's pretty cool. Next one I got here is in Battlefield 3 on the map Armored Shield. You can find garden gnomes in several places scattered around the map. If you break them, they like make a noise, and it's like a real high-pitched "ouch, ouch." It's just a little shit like that. You think, why did they take the time to do that? But I'm glad they did. That's so funny. So that was pretty neat. Now this one here is a pretty cool one. In Battlefield 4, on the map Goldmud Railway, from a specific part of the map, you can see a glint on a mountain. Like you can see the glint of a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that, but it's in the background. It's not in the actual map. But apparently, if you fire a rocket at it, a few seconds later it'll hit, and then you hear like a loud moan, like of a yeti or something like that, some sort of monster, which is cool. They've also got similar ones like that, but with dinosaurs.
With dinosaurs, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Now, I think the mother of all Easter eggs that I've seen in the Battlefield games is this one here. In Battlefield 4 on the map Nancha Strike, if you get 10 people, apparently this is how you do it. I don't know if this is correct, but if you get 10 people to gather around a buoy that's in the ocean part of the level, you can trigger what's known as the Megalodon, which is a just massive shark, like twice the size of the skyscrapers in the game. And the shark will jump out of the water, and if you're underneath it, it will crush you and fuck you up. So that's some pretty cool things in there, and there's all little tricky ways on how to get these Easter eggs, but there's plenty of them. I've only scratched the surface mentioning these ones. There's Plants vs Zombies references. There's that's all I can remember really. There's
Keeps the fun in games though, doesn't it?
It does, and there's really extra like real out of the way ones that I don't even know how anyone found them. In one of them, I haven't got the details in front of me, but there's a button, like a hidden button on one side of the map and another button on another side of the map. And if you get them pressed at exactly the same time, something happens. I can't remember.
That's the dinosaur one.
Is that the dinosaur one where they go?
Yeah. There's a button on the back of a Jeep on the north side of the map, and on the south side of the map, it's like on a fucking generator or something.
Yeah, or some launcher or something. Yeah, that's like way out there. So, yeah, good work to DICE for that. I'd like more Easter eggs in games, and not just one that's really hard to find. I'd like a few that you can stumble across.
Yeah, the more the reference ones.
Yeah.
I like those.
Did you say that it was DICE?
Yes.
Visceral did Hardline.
Oh, I'm talking about DICE.
DICE is more,
is more of the
3,
4. 1 to 4.
The field ones. Yeah. They've not made them all, but
yeah, Visceral did your Dead Space from last week. So I was thinking there might have been a bit of a
trend.
Like
a trend happening.
Oh, it's an Easter egg of my own. No, that was unintentional. That's but good pick up there, Rain Man. That's all I got. That's it. How about you close the show, Red, with your shout?
I will do. These are getting more intricate each week now. I'm really coming into really enjoying this. So first and foremost, Mike Keyring, for your thoughts on Umbrella Corps. I scheduled the post for the news item after last week's show, and everyone got on there and going, I shouldn't play after Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 4, and I'm sitting back, just installed Resident Evil 6, and I'm going, well, thanks guys. But,
the giraffe.
but Mike got on there and really put out his opinions, and it was very well articulated, so I appreciated it. Alex Byram hitting us up in the message, telling us our podcast is like the best in the world, because it is, duh. But also put us on to being able to share with everyone else that Abe's Odyssey was available for free, so I hope everyone got a hold of that. Rich Piddington got on, had a bit of a chat with him on one of the posts regarding Hitman and its release and its delay, so I appreciate that. Brendan Brownie Brown again gets another mention because he gets well amongst our blogs and our reviews and gets in there and likes them, and I know he's looking forward to your Drake collection review, Luke. So
yes, I did see that.
He's anticipating that. And last but not least, hopefully someone will be listening out there, the EB organisers, keeping us in touch with what's going on, or EB Expo organisers, and very much looking forward to be taking part as former media on that this weekend, or so after you've listened to this show. Oh, before even. So, yeah, I'm well chuffed, looking forward to it, and yeah, shout out to EB, because they are probably got the most overpriced games in Australia, but they will price match to a degree, and they've got the EB exclusives, and yeah, basically the front runner when it comes to all things gaming in Australia. So shout out to all you blokes.
Good stuff, man. Good work, Red. Yeah, we'll just make a quick mention of that. Our EB Expo coverage episode will be next week. That'll be our next episode.
It's going to be awesome.
So we won't have a usual program next week. It's going to be a little bit different as we've done the last couple of years. It'll just be a special Aussie Gamers Express coverage of the EB Games Expo 2015. Looking forward to it. Now, Red, you're getting
Yes, mate.
on a plane in actual time now. You're getting on a plane tomorrow morning. Are you scared of planes?
No, not at all.
No, okay. It's just me that's the pussy. All right. Well, are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah, no. You're not. I feel like I've got a doomsday clock on the countdown at the moment, because the biggest doomsday for me is being out of my comfort zone. I'd rather crash and burn in an aircraft
Oh, Red, don't say that.
than be out of my comfort zone. So it's putting my my character to the test.
All right. Well, I'll get Mei Ling to come over so she can get you to relax long time. It's
Well,
take the game.
Well, we did test your metal getting you on a plane to come here. So it's only fair that I be uncomfortable for a certain aspect of my holiday coming to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be uncomfortable more than just a little bit.
I've taken bigger than you.
He's got plenty of pillows over there that are going to have teeth marks in them.
Memory foam. Just you can look at it.
Just a big fucking hairy beard with teeth marks in it.
So yes, I'm literally going to be up and out of bed and on the road 12 hours from now.
Awesome. What are you looking forward to most at the EB Games Expo?
Hanging out with you.
Oh, correct answer.
Oh, aren't you a sweetheart?
Right. Sean, what are you looking forward to most?
Battlefront. Fuck you guys.
Like a big division. Why can it be 2 days, 3 days after the conclusion of our bloody EB Expo weekend? You got the beta. Why would you be excited for that? I'm going to the division, man.
Oh,
Vision. Yeah, that's going to be sick.
yeah. I'll get my free Skylanders.
That might be kids, so yeah, you'll get a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's going to
Go
be
up and lick the window at the stand. I'll get a whole box of them.
again.
Again.
All right, well, let's give a little bit of advice for Oh, it's going to be too late by the time this goes. Yeah, the expo's going to be finished. But we should have given the advice last week. But just if you're going to the expo, just have a shower, will you? There's a lot of stinky people, stinky nerds. Get the shower and get on the antiperspirant deodorant, not just the deodorant. Deodorant will mask over the top of your stink.
Let's try and stop it before it.
Yeah, antiperspirant will prevent, and it may cause cancer, but whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, let's
Nico's coming as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nico's coming. Hi, Nico. I will meet him for the first time in the flesh tomorrow. He will be clothed.
You had to pay excess baggage for his forehead.
Oh, man! That's a harsh joke you made up on your own.
Yeah. It's a harsh joke.
It's a harsh. Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that.
Hey. Please take the time to like us on Facebook. Search for Aussie Gamers Express up the little top, or and that little search bar up the top, or www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. I think I said .com. Follow us on Twitter at AussieGamers12. Twitch is AussieGamersTV at twitch.tv. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio are the best apps to use to download this podcast directly to the device of your choice. Just search Aussie Gamers Express. We're on YouTube as well. You guessed it. Search what? Aussie Gamers Express. And you can like and subscribe to our videos on there. All our latest news and reviews and thought pieces and all the good stuff is at aussiegamersexpress.com, www.aussiegamersexpress.com, or you can type in Aussie Gamers Express into Google and you'll find us in there. PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749 is where you can send snail mail. 2745, not 2749. That's my PO. That's my postcode, not this one.
No, you can't. Right, 2749.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've actually written it down as 2745. So
Oh, you said it right.
I said it right, did I? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, 2749. Cool.
Good stuff.
All right.
God.
You've been.
Yeah, I've apparently been LewkOne for the entirety of that whole show.
Yes, and I've been Thorncliff.
I've been red.
All over.
Right.